boys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we got something super fun for you again. Obviously, if you clicked on it, you know why you're here. We got some great money making methods for you guys today. A few different things to cover, and there's gonna be a few of these coming out in a row. I'm not sure exactly when you're gonna be seeing this one. It might be a little delayed because I'm gonna be moving pretty soon, so I'm trying to do videos in advance here, which means some of this stuff is inevitably gonna be a little delayed, so I apologize for that. But that being said, lots of this stuff doesn't change super frequently, so it should all still be relevant information. And keep in mind, I make like 2 to 3 of these a week, so you're gonna be updated nonetheless, even when stuff does change. But anyways, today what we have to talk about is a bunch of different cars and money making methods for you guys to be sniping, and it's actually changed a good amount since the last one, especially like there are some of the same ones, especially now that this week's gonna be over. I'm recording this on the Wednesday right before the season reset, and I'm gonna try and keep all the information as relative as possible, assuming that you're watching this after the season's already changed, because chances are you will be. So without wasting any more time, let me go ahead and get to the festival here. So as some of you guys know, this week when I'm recording the video, the Aventador SVJ and the 650S Spider were both in the playlist. So I'm going to make this hopefully as quick as possible because I've covered these cars before, but they're still going to be super good to go ahead and purchase. I believe today is the cheapest that the Aventador SVJ is going to be in a very long time. And that price has dropped all the way down to 10 million and they're not selling out. So what that means is people are going to be listing this car up lower and lower. But if you're watching this video and you go and search the auction house and you see that this car right here is under like 8 million, that means that the price is going to keep dropping. And what Forza is going to do is they're going to lock this price at a super low point, so you don't actually want to go ahead and buy any of these. Again, I have no way of telling what's going to happen. I can only imagine the price is going to go back up. This car is very uncommon and super rare. It just happened to be in the festival this week, but we've seen it a bunch in the past where Forza goes ahead and locks prices. So if it's under 8 million, just assume it's going to keep dropping and don't purchase any of this car. And as far as the 650S Spider, this car shouldn't be over 5 million at the time you guys are seeing this video, and it's going to keep rising up to 20, so this is a safe one to go ahead and buy. Absolutely, it's going to rise to 20. When they release cars right into the game fresh, they don't cap that price ever, so don't worry about this one. Go ahead and get your hands on as many as possible, even if they're like slightly over 5 mil. Don't pay anything over 7 though. Set your price point to whatever you're willing to pay, but this will go up to 20 for sure. Now, I've seen a bunch of people asking for cars that are selling at the 20 million price point, and they're selling out every single time, and I haven't actually included one of these in a little while because they are harder to get. I generally include cars that don't sell right away at 20 million for the reason that it's generally easier to get them for lower prices, but you guys want me to include a few, so that's kind of what this video is going to focus around. And the first one hasn't been seen in the festival playlist in a little while, and it's the Gyro Spider. Good lord, it's only been released once into the game. Now keep in mind when you're seeing this, there is a chance that Forza's released it this week. I can't know for sure what they're releasing, but if they have, that means this car is going to be even better to purchase. Any of these cars, if you see them in this video and they're in the festival this week, they're going to be even better to auction snipe because all of them will go back up to 20 million. So go and get your hands on as many of these as possible. Again, I wouldn't set the buy price to anything over 7 or 8 million, but that doesn't mean that's where you have to start. You can start at 1 million, whatever you have the budget for. That's just personally what I would set mine at. The next one here, we also haven't seen this in a super long time. I believe Christmas is probably the last time that we saw this car released into the game, probably even before that, which means I have a lot of reason to believe this is going to be coming back in this next series, Series 7. I don't know for sure. If it's not, this car is going to get even more rare because that's another whole month without it. But assuming it does or doesn't, this car is selling every single time for 20 million. But as you're going to see, it is pretty uncommon. I don't know if you're gonna, so actually when I say I don't know if you're gonna be able to get a for under 20 million, as some of you may or may not know, there's a lot of people that get modded accounts in this game, which is fine because it helps us out. Generally what they do is they take all the cars on that account and they dump them for the bare minimum that they're willing to sell out at, and it happens a few times every single day. So if you're patient enough and you happen to be lucky, chances are you are gonna get a good amount of these cars at whatever price point you're willing to pay. But that factor of luck does just come in. That's how I get lots of mine. I kind of know the times. It's around 10 a.m. Central and like 6 p.m. Central is when I find that happens. but it could be different for you guys. So don't ever think that none of these are gonna show up, because there are a good amount every single day. It is just a little bit of luck. But I'm gonna show you one more car that for sure sells out at 20 million, and then I'm gonna just show you another safe one that might not sell for 20 million right away, but there's gonna be a lot more for you to search for. So this car is probably gonna be your best one that's guaranteed selling at 20 million, but there's still a good amount showing up, and it's the Celica 2003 edition. As you can see right now, there's 3 up, and they're not selling immediately, but they are clearly selling out because there's only 3 on the auction house. This car is probably going to be your best bet for a car that's guaranteed to sell out. It's been like this for a while. Again, I have no idea if Forza is going to go ahead and re-release it. It seems like every single time I record one of these videos, that's what happens. They find all the cars that I've talked about and they put them back into the game. But that's going to be even better news for you guys, because this car, there will be more of them, and the price will go back up to 20 million because it is such a good drift car. It looks so cool. It's lots of people's favorite car in the game. So again, set this battle price to whatever you're willing to pay. I believe it can go for as little as like 80,000, but I'm not exactly sure on that. It's cheap no matter what it is, but you can definitely search for these. These will show up more than any of the other cars I've talked about in this video. But let's go cover our last one for today, just one that's gonna for sure be able to show up a few times for you, for those of you that are less patient and just looking for something to win. And I know I said there's 2, or there's only 1, but technically there's 2 I want to cover. The first one's the Razor here. Lots of these on the auction house. They're not really selling out. Like, they are selling out, but again, it's not going to be guaranteed. But this would be a good one. It's kind of the middle between what I've shown you and then the last one I'm going to cover for you. So I figured I'd just toss this in. As you can see, they're not guaranteed to sell, but there's a good chance. And then the last one is pretty much not going to sell out, but there's going to be a lot of them that show up. And that's going to be our good friend here, the Toyota 4Runner. As you can see, just flooded on the auction house. There's so many of these cars. It is pretty rare because it's only released the one time, and chances are the price might drop a little bit, but it probably won't stray below 15 million. But for now, they are selling at 20 million. So set your buy price to whatever you want. For me, it's going to be like 4 or 5 million, but you could definitely do as low as like 500,000, whatever you have the funds for, sir. Sorry. But yeah, this is going to be a good, easy one to search for, because as people see it's not selling, they're going to start putting their prices lower and lower on the auction house until it finally does sell for them. And again, there's still the modded accounts that are going to be putting this car up for sale. Any car that sells at 20 million ever is going to be on those modded accounts, and they're going to be posting them on the auction house. Occasionally, you might be that guy that finds someone who's selling a car, hopefully to one of their friends, but you happen to snag it. That happens to me all the time, where I find those cars, and you can expect to receive angry messages, but you made a couple million, so like, what's the problem there? Anyways, boys, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully this was enough information to help you out. Maybe you make a couple 100 million at least, if not a couple 100 million, maybe even just 100 million. Anyways, if you made it all the way through to the end, let me know down below with a comment. As always, we'll see you boys in the next one. I'm out. Oh, peace.